Hey guys, welcome to our recap of the Big Brother 17 season finale. Can you say tiaras?
We've been partying.
Yup. Okay, because we're down to the final three. We got Vanessa, we got Steve, and we got Liz.
One of these chuckleheads gets nothing.
Well,
nada.
I mean, they do get something.
They get their stipend, but they don't get like a prize.
Right.
All right, so the last time we left them, part one of the HOH, the final HOH.
Final HOH, it's a three-parter.
In progress.
All right, so they're at this Big Brother carnival fair thing, and they're on the candy apples.
They're getting dipped in the candy sauce, thrown up against the wall. The JJs are hurting.
If you guys watch the feeds, you know that they were complaining about this for days after.
Steve's wiener wasn't hurting because he kept it on one side.
This is why you should watch the feeds, guys. You get a lot of extra information.
All right, so then Steve lost his shoe and he fell. Not because he lost his shoe, but he lost his shoe.
His legs were tired. He couldn't do it anymore.
He couldn't squeeze that ball between his thighs anymore.
Yeah, because after a while, Big Brother was like, all right, I want to go home. We need to speed this along.
Yeah.
So they couldn't sit on the little disc anymore. They had to sit on the apple part.
Yeah.
And it was way slippery.
Very slippery, because it was, it's like that.
Right.
So Vanessa starts playing her mind control games with Liz.
It's between her and Liz, and Vanessa really wants this win.
She's like, yeah, you have a better chance at part two.
She's telling Liz, I could stay on this thing for 10 more hours.
Yeah.
I think that was a bit of an exaggeration.
I'm feeling great. I don't move when I get in the zone.
Yeah.
So Liz is like, oh, whatever.
Liz was like, oh, okay.
So Vanessa ends up winning part one. Now it's time for part two.
All right, let's dive right in.
BB Gazette crossword puzzle.
It's gonna be Steve versus Liz because Vanessa moves right on to part three.
Exactly. So Steve, I think, has a little bit of an advantage here. He has a brain.
Yeah, but these freaking clues were so easy.
They were ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
We hate you. So Steve had trouble finding an H that was in his little pouch. That slowed him down
a little bit. He couldn't find it in his messenger bag.
All right, so those harnesses looked insane.
Seriously, it was like up their butts.
I don't see how they could have used those because that looked like pain central. Especially
after their vegetables were all messed up from the last competition.
But Steve pulled this one out. He had a time of 28.27 and 28 minutes and 27 seconds. And Liz had 31 minutes and 11 seconds.
Wow, so that was pretty close.
So Steve wins part two.
That means that Liz is out of this HOH competition, but it doesn't mean that she can't still go to the final two, because somebody could still choose to bring her.
I don't think Liz has a damn thing to worry about, because either one of those people are going to take her to the end.
Right,
so.
But before we get to part three, let's talk about the jury.
With Dr. Will! Oh my gosh, this was amazing.
Dr. Will Kirby.
Yeah, me too.
All right, well, the jury is not complete, and it's still not going to be complete, but they're going to bring in one more person.
Who do you think it's going to be?
It's Dr. McGuire.
Who needs their teeth drilled?
Johnny Mac shows up, and everybody's like, what?
So Austin makes it known that he hates Vanessa.
He is trying so hard to turn the jury against Vanessa, and some people are like, yeah, and some people are like, come on now.
Vanessa wins comps, and she is a great gamer. There's no denying that.
And Meg was trying to say that Vanessa wasn't fooling people. Come on, Meg.
The only thing that I didn't like, as well as I think it was Becky on the jury, was like, she never owned her game.
Yeah.
She made all these like, oh, I'm swearing on Mel, I'm swearing on the gay community, I'm swearing on
Austin did not like that either.
No. So Steve, on the other hand, is pretending to suck.
He's got this whole persona going, like he's like the scared little guy, and
he really is, though. He's a rat. All right, so then Liz, her shtick is, oh, I survived the twin twist.
They say that, but at the same time, like, it's kind of an advantage. She had her freaking twin in there with her.
It's a double-edged sword. Yep, exactly. So it's time for part 3 of the final HOH now.
Okay.
And it's played out live on the show.
Yes.
They pulled out those scales of Just Us that they used last season. Steve was very nervous about falling off of these.
Come on, Steve. This is bugging me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. So, anyway, Julie gives them these statements from each of the jury members, and they have to decide
what they
how it
actually
ended.
said,
Yeah.
A or B. So Vanessa, I think, was very confident that she was going to win this because
she was very, very confident going into it.
She's a poker player.
She's like, I definitely am able to read people better than Steve. He's so socially awkward. So she felt like she had this on lock.
Steve took off and was winning, I would say.
I mean, he was only up by 1 point, but still.
Right, but still, that's winning.
Yeah.
Then they tied it up, and then Steve pulled it out in the end by 1 point.
In the last question.
Wow.
It was wild.
We were sitting there like this.
Yeah, so Steve won the final HOH.
Yeah, and he stands up and evicts Vanessa.
Whoa! Okay, Vanessa was pissed, number 1.
Liz totally lost her ass.
And Liz was like, thank you, Steve. I
really need
didn't
the
expect
money."
this. Oh, I don't know how to thank you.
And then Steve went and threw up.
I really feel like that time that Steve got up during the commercial break.
He was running to the sink or a garbage can.
But you know what? I would have done the same. So
Yeah.
it's totally fine.
All right, so Julie talks to Vanessa. Hey, Julie, I did everything I could, quite frankly.
Vanessa seemed really shocked.
She seemed very shell-shocked.
I think she had it on her, what's that called? Dream board.
Yeah,
That she
tried
was
to
going to win
manifest
this.
it.
Yeah. But she just, last second.
Yep. That's,
It was very John and Netta, season 2 of Big Brother Canada,
Yeah.
I would say.
All right, well, let's bring in the jury. That would be Shelly, Jackie, Becky, Meg, James, Julia, Austin, and Johnny Mac.
All right, and now is the moment of truth. They find out that Vanessa is the last member of the jury.
I have to say, every single person there was very happy to see Vanessa as the last member of the jury.
They did, it seemed like it was kind of a bitter jury.
Little bit bitter. All right, so they used to have it where
Everybody
there was
asked
a million
a question.
questions. Yeah, but
Now, 3 questions
each.
for each.
Johnny Mac's up first. Steve, we were good friends. But we did your dirty work.
Yeah, he was like, what moves did you do? Basically.
Steve, what? What?
Oh my god, Steve started talking and Julia was like, can you hold on, Steve, 1 second? And this happened like 3 times because of audio issues.
Oh my god, that was the best. Basically, Steve said, I did it by myself.
I was in the Scamper Squad and I had the rock stars and yeah.
All right, so Becky asked Liz, what was your own strategy, not Austin's or Vanessa's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did my own campaigning.
I did stuff and I decided to align with Austin and Vanessa.
Right.
I didn't feel like either of them were particularly good with the
No.
jury questions.
No.
I feel like they weren't listening to a lot of the questions either.
They just had their little mantra that they were going to say every time.
Yeah, Liz was like, I was a twin. And Steve was like, I made moves.
Yeah. Well, James is like, Steve, you floated. Steve's like, oh no, you're wrong.
You're 100% wrong.
Yeah. Julia, Liz, what's your biggest game move? Oh, Juju. It was aligning with Vanessa.
That's on Austin. Nah.
Jackie wants to know from Steve, why you weren't weak?
Basically, she was saying that
Spelled weak wrong.
Steve's allies kind of just saw him as an extra vote for their group. Like, what did he actually do to help his alliance?
I was on the Scamper Squad.
We know.
I got rid of you, Jackie.
Yeah.
All right, so Austin wants to know from Liz, honey, why do you deserve to win?
Liz deserves to win because she wants the money. What an answer.
I know. Well, she also said that she was at a huge disadvantage.
Again, double-edged sword. It was kind of an advantage, too.
He also said he loves her.
He did.
Wow.
All right.
All the world.
So, it was time for Liz and Steve to make their last case here. Closing statements.
Would you like to take Liz?
Sure. Liz was like, I'm not a super fan. I'm a damn twin. I survived with my sister because I was a twin. If you didn't know that, Julia's my twin sister. And, yeah, I won competitions and I really, really want the money.
Yep. And Steve said, I'm a nerd. And Liz had an advantage because she had a twin.
He kind of tore into her a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
And just for a record, I got out Vanessa, and I did it all by myself.
I feel like it's not as much of a bragging thing when you get them out at the final 3, because it's like...
Yeah, it's like somebody had to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's it. All right, so then it was time for the jurors to vote.
With the usual
Everybody gets to make a comment.
All right, you did great. I'm voting for the one who has a wiener. Or, so like you wouldn't know who they're voting for.
Right,
Come on.
so everybody gave their little comment.
All right, so then bring out the first 6 losers.
Yeah!
Vaughn, Jace, Jason, Clay, or should I say Claudry, and Jeff.
All right, so they got to ask some questions of the people in the jury because they've been out of the house and they've seen all that's been going on.
Well, Vaughn wants to know, where's Judas?
Seriously, it's just Austin with a hat. Judas didn't make many appearances this season.
No, he didn't. That really fizzled out quickly,
a lot of
didn't
talk.
it? Vanessa got to say, I'm a poker player.
She's a poker player.
Great. Everybody seemed pretty nonplussed.
They were like, oh, so you almost won and you're a millionaire.
4
Great.
times over. All right, and Jason wanted to know from Vanessa, girl, you didn't own your game. What the hell? WTF up with that?
Cried a lot.
Yeah.
Cried a lot.
But you were a gamer.
Yeah.
He did pay her a compliment and then stab her in the back with a knife.
Well.
And Audrey, she's having the time of her life. She's changing lives.
She is.
She's snatching wigs and getting gigs.
And her hair looks amazing.
I love it blonde. I think she
it.
should keep it like that. The other way it was too harsh.
All right. Well, it's time to wrap this baby up.
And by a vote of 6-3, Steve, you may go throw up in the bathroom now.
Steve is the winner of Big Brother 17.
Oh my God, did you see him mauling his mommy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but what about when he found out he won and he was like...
That was crazy. He pulled that S together quick.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
gotta say congrats to Steve.
I gotta say congrats to Meg for running over there with her surgery legs and grabbing Clay before Shelly could get to him.
She had to get to Clay before Shelly.
I got a plane waiting for you, baby.
So we can go to New York City, baby.
Let's get drunk.
It was
All
great.
Right. And the favorite house guest, that's our final duty for this season.
Top 3, all J's, Johnny Mac, James, and Jason.
I thought for sure it was going to be Johnny Mac.
I had a feeling it was going to be James.
And you were right. It was James. Congratulations, James.
All right.
And Steve. So, yeah, that wraps up another season of Big Brother. I know. I feel like I just had triplets.
Guys, thank you so much for watching with us this season. It's been a blast as always.
If you can't get enough of us, we do daily vlogs on the Madrosed Vlogs channel.
Yep, and we also do recaps of other shows, so check it out.
Hang around. Stick around. Bienvenue. And until next time, much love.
Edit.